You already know what it is. First Thing Smoker Show. Yours truly, Captain Who Cares, man. Over here on Public Circus Radio. You already know how we get it over here. We about to get it, put it, and keep it together. So let's see what the internet got for us today. All right, come on. All right, come on. Let's see what's
These
going
jewelry heists were highly orchestrated and certainly brazen.
on.
They were heavy-handed for sure, but in a
Heavy-handed
surprisingly
for sure. Hold on, my bad.
calculated way. Yes, there was a
Oh
smash,
yeah, smash
and
and grab.
definitely a grab. But behind the scenes, there was so much more going on. The sheer effort these gangbangers put into planning their ram raid spree may look like they had a touch of genius about them. And they did make off with almost $1 million worth of watches, gold, and jewels. But how did it work out for them in the end?
They for sure didn't make it. Was they parked right next to the? They came out the car right there. Even I seen the license plate on that motherfucker. I mean, it's probably a stolen car. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. I don't want to jump to it. I don't want to jump to it.
Well, here's a hint. When the pants you're wearing get stuck on a fence during your getaway and end up on a forensic examination table, it's not going to be a good day.
Oh.
And if your wallet, phone, and gun are with them, well, yeah, much more so. The mob reporter here breaking down the inside details behind a pair of
Oh, bruh. Not the pants. You steal $1 million worth of jewelry and get caught by your pants? Oh, just don't got it. He might don't got it, bruh.
shocking high-value
Yeah,
jewel
that's
heists
crazy.
that look like scenes from a movie. But the script for this thriller soon becomes a comedy.
Sound like
Let me tell you about it. The group at issue is the Chester Lee Crew, an active gang named for the street and housing project where members first met in the Scarborough region of Toronto, Canada's largest city. The crew mapped out
Is it me or he going hella fast? Hold on, bro. He jamming it in there. Side note, they be going up into Canada, huh? All right.
their jobs in remarkable detail. Let's break it down.
Okay, let's do it.
Once they choose a target in a strip mall, they arrive out front early in the morning in several cars. Here they are outside their target in Brampton, Ontario at 8:18 a.m., parking in 2 spots right in front of the store. They're there to reserve these spaces for later that day, when the plaza will be busy. Now please note the jewelry store's security cameras are an hour out of sync. Someone forgot to spring forward for daylight savings time. At 11:24 a.m., they move the Range Rover out from one of the spaces, making room for a stolen van, a white Dodge Durango, which is carefully backed into place. We'll see in a moment what's inside the Durango. At 11:30 a.m., a guy covering his face is dropped off at the second car. He moves that out of the second parking space, making way for a stolen red and white tow truck with a sturdy
Bro, they was playing musical cars. All right, they trying to. All right, I see the plan. They really trying to think this thing out, huh? But like, it seems still kind of sloppy though. They're like, it's still kind
wheel
of
lift
sloppy.
bar sticking out back. Now, a few
They shoulda
minutes
came through the
before
roof.
this, 8 miles away,
Somebody start shooting.
another guy in the crew saunters through a different plaza and busts off a couple of shots, harmlessly into the ceiling of a beauty salon. Rattled witnesses, of course, call police. This is meant as a distraction.
And bruh, did I call it or what? Other side of town, somebody start busting shots. Plant they shit out already.
Back at the jewelry store, the crew are waiting for police patrols to respond to the salon to buy them time and a little more space. It's now 11:37 a.m. Inside the store, the poor clerk is pretty oblivious to what's at play and what's about to happen, scratching his head and staring into space. Another day in retail. But
fall
outside,
asleep in
after
there.
waiting a few minutes for the distraction to do its job, it's time to move. The tow truck pulls forward to give it some runway,
Wow.
and then
They
floors
really
it in
going for
reverse, flying straight back, punching through the glass and metal frame storefront.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here's what it looks like from the inside.
Shit
That
look
poor
like an
clerk.
action movie.
He
for
certainly
sure.
got a jolt, but thankfully no injuries. He wisely just got out of the way. Once the tow truck extracts itself, it drives away, and at 11:38, almost on the dot, 4 bandits squeeze out of the Dodge Durango, climb over the rubble, and scurry into the store.
Damn scary.
They know what they're there to do. There's no fuss, just a bit of struggle to break the display cases. They had problems with that at a previous heist, where they even shot at the cases, but they didn't shatter, and they had to use the butt of their guns to break them. This time they come prepared with hammers. They grab all they can and stuff it into bags. Buddy at the back here needs a hammer for the cases there. Nice catch. We can't see what he's grabbing. He's either just taking his time or found something really worth working for. Outside, people are gathering, attracted by the loud crash and sound of breaking glass. But they quickly suss out it's a heist and move away. Notice the van's front driver's side door has never opened, so a getaway driver is sitting there the whole time, waiting and watching them.
You know what the driver...
Less than...
Hey, you see, bruh hopped in this car and cut. That nigga looked over there like, you know what? Hold on, let me see if I can see, bruh. In that little black van. I'm saying,
away.
Like
Notice the van's front driver's side door has never opened, so a getaway driver is sitting there the whole time, waiting and watching them. Less than 60 seconds after the last guy entered the store, the last guy to leave runs out. That's pretty fast. The bandits scramble out of the store and back into the Durango.
Damn.
And off they go. But we'll see this van again in a moment.
I bet.
Their plan seemed to work, twice in fact. After each heist, the crew met up at their clubhouse, which they called the Shop. It's 5 miles south of their old hood, and there they divvied up the loot. By the second heist, however, police were already focused on the Chester Lee crew.
Bruh, them niggas was using I knew it, bruh. When they was pulling in the Range Rover and the other car to block the spots, these niggas was using like cars that get tracked back to...
As part
Chester
of a
Lee
larger
crew.
guns and gang probe, the crew's headquarters was under surveillance, and officers moved in to bust them.
Damn.
Part of the crew was in the rear driveway and bolted. They clearly had difficulty making it out of the fenced backyard, victims of their own security.
Damn.
Investigators followed a trail of dropped cell phones, lost shoes, a
Wow.
fallen wallet,
Wow.
a gun on the fence, and a light brown piece of cloth snagged on barbed wire.
These niggas is
On the other side of the
up,
fence
bruh.
was a pair of pants that matched the ripped cloth, left blowing in the wind on the wire. Clearly the runner got
These niggas
snagged
is
while hopping the
fucking
fence, discarded his pants to free himself, and continued his run. Police later found security video of a suspicious man jogging through a driveway in his socks and boxers. A wallet they found was chock full of one guy's identification. Other officers found the Dodge Durango.
Cat
It
dog.
was somebody's job to burn the stolen getaway vehicle to destroy evidence. But Buddy with the gas can didn't seem to realize that fire needs oxygen as well as a source of ignition. So when police recovered the Durango, they found an open gas canister, a Zippo lighter, and a book of matches.
Oh my goodness, bruh. What a dumbass, bruh. Everybody knows that. You gotta leave the window cracked, duh. You gotta leave the window cracked, bruh. What the fuck? You supposed to pour it. You know what? We're not giving classes out today. We're not doing that. We're not giving classes out. But they cat it all the way off. What the fuck? Big cat them. Big cat. Oh man, I can't believe they really did that. Just closed the door, smothered the fire out. Oh my goodness. Just out here trying to get caught.
But the would-be arsonist only managed to scorch a bit of upholstery, melt the plastic of the center console, and singe some gloves that were presumably used in the heist. Police even found some of the loot inside. Evidence was piling up. The full takedown by the task force was a big one. It wasn't just about the heists. It was a sweeping probe into smuggling and selling guns, drug trafficking, and gang violence. After 8 months of investigation, police from several forces fanned out in and around Toronto to execute 99 arrest and search warrants in June 2019. The sweep was called Project Kraken, as in released the Kraken, the mythical sea monster.
I thought they
Investigators alleged the
that.
Chester Lee crew had links not only to other street gangs, but also with members of the Italian mafia. That's pretty much the top of the food chain in Toronto's underworld. 73 people were hit with hundreds of charges. Police brass said the crew operated as a coordinated criminal organization, but it
You got that RICO charge. Ooh. What was their name? The Lee Paul and Smith Street gang or some shit like that. Not the Lee Paul and Smith Street. Oh, them niggas was tripping. Just catting off all the way around. All right. Next. All right. Shout out to everybody. Tapped in, came through, participated. All that good shit. You feel me? You already know how we get down in here. Until next time, shit. Make sure you tap in with the captain.